Okay, and now let's get started. All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome to class. This is a masterclass that's yoga for beginners. So the reason why I'm doing this practice is that a lot of people have been asking me for tips on how to begin a yoga practice. Like people are just very interested in starting yoga. All right, so let's get started. So, what is yoga? So, yoga is a spiritual practice, and in this spiritual practice, you have the physical poses, which we call asanas. We have a concentration, you have meditation, breathing techniques that we call pranayama, mudras, like these hand gestures, like this when we are meditating, or like this hand gesture. This is called mudra, and it's also part of the practice. And relaxation techniques. And then the relaxation techniques are going to help you reduce stress and anxiety and promotes well-being. And then within the yoga practice, there's also the philosophical aspect that include practice of gentleness. So you are gentle towards yourself, you're gentle towards others, non-stealing, truthfulness, self-restraint, non-attachment, and there are many, many others. Other practices. So yoga poses is just like the tip of the iceberg. You have all these other things that are also part of our practice. And so where is yoga from originally? Yoga originated in the northern part of India over 5,000 years ago. So that's like the first records of yoga. Um, and then, of course, it evolved to different aspects. And about 500, 600 years ago, some yoga masters created a system of practices to help rejuvenate the body and to prolong life. So the yoga that we practice nowadays is very similar to that one, in which we do like all the breathing exercises, the postures of yoga. They really help us to like rejuvenate. It's said that when at the age that you start to practice yoga, you look like that for the rest of your life. I mean, don't know if that's true, but for sure it helps a lot. And then yoga came to the West, left India and went to the West around the 1800s and 1900s when a lot of yoga masters started to go to the United States. So, and then from there it evolved, and nowadays we have a lot of different styles of yoga, many different teachings, different teachers, and it's all about experimenting different styles of yoga and then finding out what works for you, what works for your body, what works for your mind, people that you resonate with and maybe you don't resonate with. But there is a style of yoga for everyone, right? Okay. And just here, a little bit of information that I found interesting is that right now in the United States, where it was like the first place that yoga went after India, there are over 36 million practitioners of yoga, and around the world, over 300 million people practice yoga. So that's like a really huge practice, and like a lot of people are doing it and finding the benefits of yoga. And here I have just a few reasons as to why practice. First of all, it improves your flexibility, right? Your body will become more flexible. It helps with stress, mental health. It helps to reduce inflammation, right? So stress causes inflammation in your body. And for example, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and like some intestinal problems, they are also linked to inflammation. So by helping reduce the inflammation, we also avoid having those problems. It helps to increase strength in your body, reduces anxiety, it helps to boost your immune system, improves cardiovascular functioning, especially through the breathing techniques. And it improves the quality of your sleep, the bone health, your posture, your body awareness. It helps with burnout. And there are a lot of other benefits of yoga practice. So we're going to get started just in about a minute. I'll just explain to you how this practice is going to go. Okay, so this is like a yoga for beginners class. I'm going to teach this class as if it's your first yoga class ever. So even if it's not your first yoga class ever, pretend like it is. So we're going to start the practice today with meditation and pranayama. So remember the breathing technique, pranayama, we're going to do that. Today we're going to do the 4-7-8 breath technique that helps with anxiety. You can do this breathing technique anytime in your day. Helps to improve your cardiovascular system and the lung capacity. After that, we're going to do yoga poses. And in today's class, we're going to focus on poses that help lengthen and strengthen the back muscles. Okay, so this is going to be our focus today. We really need a strong back when we're practicing yoga and in our lives to avoid back pain and so on. We're also going to focus a little bit on lower body stretching. After the yoga poses, I'm going to guide you in a relaxation. So this technique is called yoga nidra. Nidra is sleep. So it's the sleep of yoga. And it's a very important practice to relax your nervous system. And then we're going to finish up with a final meditation, just a couple of minutes in silence. Okay, I'm going to guide you. Yes? Before we start, does anyone have any questions? You can ask me. Now is the time. You can either type in the chat or you can just ask me, raise your hand. No? All right. So in that case, let's get started. So for today's practice, you're going to need your yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat yet, you can use a towel, maybe a towel on top of a carpet to make it better for your back. And then we'll also need a strap. Now, for the longest time, I didn't have a strap when I was started to practice. So you can use like a belt that you have in your house or a scarf, like a long scarf, that also works. Okay, and then you might need a couple of blocks. I like using blocks in the yoga practice to really help with the alignment and to use like proper postures. If you don't have a couple of blocks, that's fine for today. If you continue to practice, you can begin to use the blocks. You can get a couple of blocks. All right. We're going to start now in a meditation. You can sit on a block or you can also take a pillow or a cushion and you can sit on the pillow so that it's more comfortable on the hips. And then we just cross the legs. Take your fingertips and bring your fingers behind you on the floor. Roll the shoulders back and open your chest. Gently pushing your fingertips down on the floor. Lift your heart upwards. And then try to keep that openness with the chest. Bend your elbows and bring your hands down onto your knees. Here, connect the tip of your index finger and the tip of your thumb together. Lift up through the spine. Make sure you're not rounding your back, staying upright. Now closing your eyes, begin to deepen your breath. And in the yoga practice, we always breathe through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. For a few moments, just relax your body. Notice your shoulders relaxing, your hips relaxing, legs and feet letting go of tension. Tune into yourself, into your heart space. Set an intention for your practice. Maybe you want to feel calmer. Maybe you want to increase your flexibility. Whatever it is, just think about an intention for your practice. Now we begin our breathing technique. In this breath technique, you're going to inhale in the count of 4 seconds. Then you will hold your breath for the count of 7 seconds. And you will exhale in the count of 8 seconds. Okay, so you inhale in 4, hold for 7, and then exhale in 8. All right, let's start together. First, inhale, and then exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 4. Hold, 7. Exhale, 8. Slowly. Inhale, 4. Hold, 7. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 4. Hold, 7. Exhale slowly. Inhale, 4. And hold. Exhale. Relax the breath. Breathe normally. Bring your hands together at the heart center. A gentle pressure of the hands. Keep lifting your chest. Breathe deep. As you exhale, bow your head down to your hands and down to the heart. Namaste. Namaste means the light in me recognizes the light in you. Slowly release your hands and open your eyes. All right, take your butt to the side if you had it. Please stretch your legs forwards for a moment. And now we're going to lie down on our backs and we're going to take the strap with us. All right, so either a strap, a towel, or a big scarf, anything works. Yeah, so first we're going to find length for the body. Go ahead and lie down on your back. Relax your arms and your feet. Okay, keep looking up towards the ceiling. Fully relax your body. So maybe you had a busy day, or maybe you're just starting your day now. I just want you to relax. Let your shoulders melt down, the arms and the hands, and the whole spine, the hips, legs and feet. Good. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out, emptying your lungs all the way. Good. Now you'll interlace your fingers and stretch your arms back. Bring your feet together and flex your feet. So reach your heels forwards and then lengthen the body. So imagine there are two opposite forces. One is pulling your arms back and the other one is pulling your heels forwards. And keep stretching, keep stretching. Bring your belly in. Bring the rib cage in. See if you can push your lower back a little bit closer to the floor. And stretch your arms back fully. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale, relax. Release. Now you're going to take your feet as wide as your mat. So open your feet a little bit wider. Yeah. And then take your arms back and take your arms as wide as your mat as well. So your body looks like an X. Okay. And then stretch only the right arm and the right leg. So reach the right heel forward and reach your right fingers back. But keep your left leg and left arm relaxed. And then stretch as much as you can, really finding space. Release. Let's take the other side. Reach your left arm back and your left heel forwards. Reach, reach, reach. Trying to keep the lower belly in as best you can. You're stretching back, really find that length. And breathe deep. One more breath here. And then relax. Now both arms and both legs at the same time, keeping the legs wide, the arms wide, reach back, heels forwards, the fingertips back. My hands are behind my sofa, but you get what I mean. Stretch, 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 and relax. Relax your arms down, bend your knees, and bring your knees to your chest. Interlace your fingers. Relax your head down and just rock now side to side, side to side. Good. Keep your right leg hugging in and extend the left leg on the floor. Interlace your fingers around your right shin. And then open your knee a little bit to the side, as if you wanted to touch your knee to your right shoulder. Flex your feet and hold your pose. Here you want to keep your shoulders down, away from the ears. And you're lifting the chest. Taking one more breath. And then change. So extend your right leg and bring your left knee in. And then the same thing, instead of having the knee pulling straight towards your chest, open the knee a little bit to the side and then pull it. Imagine you want to touch your knee to the shoulder or to the armpit. Both shoulders are down. You're breathing deep. The more you pull your knee towards your left armpit, the more you reach your right heel forwards. Release. Bring both knees to your chest again, and now we're going to do a happy baby pose. So bring your arms on the inside of your legs and hold the outside of your feet. And then you're going to take your knees apart wider than the torso. And lift your heels so that your heels are in line with your knees. Yeah? So if your feet are like this, try to bring your feet all the way in line. And then pull down with your hands. Keep bringing your knees closer and closer to the floor. Breathe deeply. So the most important thing in your practice is to take those slow and deep breaths, as they really help to calm down the body and to calm down the mind. Taking one more breath here. Good, and then release. All right, bring your legs up towards the ceiling. And then you're gonna bring your hands just underneath your bum so that you have some support here. Keep your head down, bring your belly in, compress your lower back on the floor. Make sure you're not arching your back like this. Push your lower back down, hands under the bum. Point your toes, inhale, and exhale, bring your legs down about 30 degrees and hold. Keeping your lower back on the floor. 60 degrees and hold. Make sure your lower back is not lifting. Lower your legs a little bit more. Closer to the floor. All the way, almost touching the floor. And then up 30 degrees and hold. Another 30 degrees and hold. And all the way up. All right. Now, you're going to bring your hands behind your head. And we'll do it the same, but with the chest lifted. Inhale. Exhale, lower your legs just a little bit. And hold. With your shoulders off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, even lower. Stay there. Oh, this is not easy. And last one. Lower your legs almost all the way down. Lift up 30 degrees. Another 30. And all the way up. Relax your head down. Bend your knees. Rock backwards and forwards a few times. We're going to sit up. Okay. So go ahead and take your seat and bring your feet together. Walk your glutes back. So feet together, and you're going to interlace your hands around your feet and just tap your knees up and down a few times. Keeping your chest open. The focus is on the hip joints. As you move the legs like this, we are sending a signal to the joints to relax. And then you're going to stop the movement, open the chest. Lean all the way over to your right side and bring your right arm down to your leg, all the way to your right. And then take your left hand and begin to push your Yes, your right hand. Let me mirror you. Push your left knee down, holding. Push it, push it, push it. And come back to center. Lean to your other side, now to your left. Bring your arm down. You can hold onto your ankle with your left hand, and then push your right hand against your knee. Really trying to bring that leg close to the floor. Breathe deep. Hold your pose. And slowly return to center. Interlace your hands around your feet. Inhale, open your chest. And as you exhale, think about the chest coming forwards for butterfly pose. So chest comes forwards. Some of you might have the flexibility of having the knees all the way down on the floor. If that's the case, you can walk your hands forwards. And maybe even touch your stomach or your chest down to your feet. That's not in my practice. I don't have that kind of flexibility, so I will practice contentment and stay here. Take one more breath. Good. And inhale, return. Come back up. Use your hands and bring your knees together. And then find a cat and cow position. So take a tabletop pose. In yoga, a lot of the poses that we do are on our hands, yeah? So it's very important that we have our hands properly aligned. So first of all, you don't want your hands too close or too far away from each other. Bring your hands in the same line as your shoulders, okay? Then you want your index fingers either facing forwards or slightly out to the side. Slightly out to the side is, for example, if you feel like you have tighter shoulders. Otherwise, try to keep your index fingers facing forwards. And then you spread your fingers. Yeah, so don't keep your hands like this, dead. No, you want aliveness through the fingers. All right, and then push your hands firmly on the floor, especially the roots of your fingers. So this part here of your fingers, you want to push them down to avoid any constraint in your wrists. Okay, now holding that, inhale, lift your sitting bones and lift your chest, lift your chin. We're going to hold it here for a few cycles of breath. So don't stop breathing, you just hold the pose. Try to focus on opening the chest by pulling the shoulders back. Take another inhale, and then exhale. Now push the floor away, begin to round your back, round your back. Look towards the navel. Push your hands down. Push the tops of your feet down. Keep looking at the navel. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your inner legs together. And again, inhale, you're arching your back, opening your chest, look up. Exhale, push the floor away and round the back. A few more times. Inhale. Remember to really pull the shoulders down, stand the chest forward. Exhale, round your back. Push your hands, push the feet, look towards the navel. Last one, inhale, open, look up. And exhale and round your back. Come back into a neutral position. Good. From here, we're going to lie down on our belly, all the way down. Point your toes behind you. And so for Sphinx pose, a very common mistake is to have the elbows like this, right under your shoulders. So walk your elbows a little bit more forward. This is gonna give you more mobility, yeah, in the shoulders. Make sure your forearms are parallel. Don't have your elbows displaying out. Bring your elbows in. And then push the tops of your feet down and squeeze your muscles. Squeeze the muscles of your legs. Okay. Now isometrically drag your hands and your elbows back towards your hips to send your heart forward through the arms. You can either look forward or you can lift your chin. But make sure you're not dropping the shoulders. Keep pushing the shoulders away from the ears and breathe. I want you to focus on breathing into your upper chest and the top 3 ribs below the collarbones. Really expanding the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Form your legs and your glutes. Look forward and release. Walk your hands back in line with the rib cage and then push the floor away, going to a child's pose with your big toes together and knees apart. Walk your hands forwards. Relax your forehead down. Good. Breathe deep. Find those deep, long breaths. Maybe we stretch your arms a little bit more forwards now, lifting your elbows off the floor. Try to keep your hips down onto the heels. Take one more breath. Look towards your hands. Come forward onto your hands and your knees. So bring your hands underneath the shoulders, bring your knees underneath your hips. And this time you're going to tuck your toes. Walk your hands forwards, one step, one little step. And then remember that arch in the back. So lift your sitting bones up like this. And then with your toes tucked, you're going to lean back. Lift the knees, begin to lift your hips up. This is called downward dog. It's the most common pose in yoga. A lot of times, downward dog ends up like something like this, with the back rounded. So to avoid that, it's better that you bend your knees, keeping your heels off the floor. And then with your hands, you push the floor away. Think about touching your stomach to your thighs. Getting that deep stretch in the shoulders and the back. And then once your back is straight, then you can begin to straighten your legs. If at any moment straightening your legs, you round your back, it's best to have your knees bent and your back straight. So back first, yeah? So keep your hands spreading wide, pushing the knuckles down onto the floor. Maybe stretching the legs. Breathe deeply. In downward dog, you should feel both the legs and both the arms with equal amount of strength. Good. Look forward at your hands and then walk your feet towards your hands all the way forwards. From here, bring your feet a bit wider than your hips. Yeah. Come all the way up to a standing position. Let me flip a little bit. Okay, so standing up. So the feet little bit wider than your hips. Bring your hands to your hips. And then lift all 10 toes off the floor. Okay, so you're going to feel, so lifting the toes off the floor. You're going to feel the heels getting heavier on the floor. And you'll also feel the balls of your feet, so the big toe mount, which is this area here, pushing down against the floor. Yeah? And then spread your toes. So imagine you can spread your toes like you spread your fingers. And place your toes down. As you place your toes down, make sure you don't relax your legs. So when you lift your toes, you're engaging the legs. The legs are firm. Try to bring your hands to your legs and feel the firmness of your legs. Try to keep that firmness and then bring your toes down. Okay, hands on the hips. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. And then as you exhale, you're going to come down only halfway. So this is a back strengthening pose. Only halfway. Bring your shoulders back. Bring your stomach in and the rib cage in. If you feel like your back is starting to round, bend your knees, send your butt back, and open your chest. And now extend your arms forwards. Really trying to bring your arms in line with your ears. The legs can be straight or a little bit bent. And we hold. For 3 deep breaths, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go all the way down. All the way down. A little bit bend your knees. Hold opposite elbows. And then drop your head in between your arms. A little bit rock side to side. Now this pose is called the ragdoll. Relaxing the back, relaxing the legs. Slowly release. A little bit bend your knees. Bring your hands to your hips. Open your chest. Lift your chin. And then come up with a straight back. All the way up to standing. Good. Separate your feet. Bring your feet out to the side. Now, if you don't have a yoga mat, this can be tricky because the feet might slip. It's always best to do yoga without socks, bare feet, on a yoga mat or then straight on the floor. Okay, feet about one of your legs distance apart. We're gonna do triangle pose. So go ahead and turn your right foot out at a 90-degree angle and turn your back toes in a little bit. Take your arms out to the side and grow tall with the spine. As you inhale, you're going to reach the right arm forwards. At the same time, move your hips back. And then place your hand down on your shin on the floor. If you have a block, take your hand to your block. The left hand on the hip, open your chest. And then extend your arm. If possible, look up towards your left hand. This pose helps to lengthen the muscles in the hamstrings, as well as to stretch the lower back. And it's also a good posture to work on back strength. Good for back pain. Take one more breath. And then slowly look down to the floor. Bend your right knee and come up. Extend both legs. Extend both arms. Keep your arms like this. And then change your base. So the left foot forward, the right toes in. And then just like before, lift your toes off the floor and notice how that tones your legs. Keep the tone in your legs and bring your toes down. As you inhale, reach your left arm forward. As you reach the left arm, bring your hips back to lengthen both sides of the body. And then bring your hand down to your shin, to the floor, or to a block. Now you want to avoid rounding your back. It's best to have the hand a little bit higher, but with a straight back and good alignment. Then the hand all the way down on the floor and like doing a funny thing like this, okay? Open the chest. Think about moving the right rib cage down to lengthen this part. And then turning the left chest up to the ceiling. Deep breaths. And even though this is considered a beginner's pose, every time you do it, there is a little bit like something different to explore. Breathing. Good job. Look down to the floor. You're going to bend your knee and then come up, straight arms. Then straighten your leg. Bring your hands to your hips. And now you're going to turn your feet to face in. Okay, so we call this a bit of pigeon toe. So the feet, they are not open to the side like this. You bring your toes in and the heels out just slightly. From here, interlace your fingers behind your hips. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. If your shoulders are quite tight and you cannot straighten your arms here, don't force anything. Take that towel or the strap, bring it behind your hips and hold about hips width distance apart. Now, roll the shoulders back. I want you to squeeze your shoulders back as much as possible, lifting the chest up. Tone your legs, inhale, and then exhale, nice and slow, come down. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Eventually, you're going to reach your hands forwards and down towards the floor. But reach your arms up and keep hugging the shoulder blades together. A little bit more weight forward on your toes. Pull up on your knees, tone your legs, and slowly come up. Inhale, all the way up, keeping your hands there. Exhale, release your hands or release your strap. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees and hop your feet all the way together. Good job. From here, let's take the shins on the floor. And you're going to sit on your shins. If this is too painful for your knees, sit on a block or place a pillow under your glutes, between the heels and the glutes. Okay. One more shoulder stretching. Bring your hands back and then either take your hands to hold opposite elbows or bring your pinky fingers together and bring your hands in prayer position behind your back. This is called the reverse Namaste. Hold your pose. Here, the only thing I want you to do is to keep the chest up, the shoulders back. See if you can roll the shoulders back. And if you have the reverse Namaste, push your hands together. Push your hands together. Yes. Now you're going to hold whatever you have. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your spine down. As you do that, don't relax your elbows down. Keep pulling your elbows up. Bring your forehead down and breathe. Keep rolling the elbows back. Keep rolling the shoulders back. Take one more breath here. And then let's come up one vertebrae at a time. Roll up. Release your hands. Good job. Take your arms up. Inhale. Hands together. Bring your hands down to your heart. Release. Take your legs forwards. Flex and point your toes a few times. Good. We're gonna come down to our backs. Good. Have your strap with you. Come down. Bring your right knee in. And then you're going to extend your leg up, taking your towel, your strap, whatever you have around the arch of your foot. Relax your shoulders. So for a lot of people with a tighter hamstring, this is going to happen right here. The chin will lift. So try to bring your hands lower down. Bring your chin towards your chest and push your shoulders down on the floor. Breathe deeply. Let's say if you're feeling flexible today, walk your hands closer to your foot. Look at one point. Holding your pose, not your breath. Always remember that. And then slowly release. Bend your knee, bring your knee into your chest. And then from here, we're gonna take a twist. Bring your knee all the way over to the opposite side. And open your arm out. Yeah, so you're taking the right knee to the left. Open the right arm out and look towards your right hand. Bring your hips a little bit to center. And breathe. Good job. Come back to center. Readjust yourself back in the center of your mat. And let's change, extend your opposite leg. Bring your knee in. And then take your strap around your foot. Extend your leg up, bringing your shoulders down. One more time, if your chin is lifting up, if your shoulders are lifting up, take your hands closer to the edges of the strap. Bring your chin in and push your shoulders down. Or take your hands closer to your foot if you're feeling flexible. Gazing steadily at your big toe. Feeling the stretch in your calf and hamstring. Take one more breath here. And then release your strap, bend your knee. Take a twist. Now to your right, move your hips to center. And oh my God, that was my back cracking. And then open your left arm out. You're going to look towards your left. So it's totally fine if your shoulder is not touching the floor, right? Sometimes my shoulder touches the floor when I'm feeling very open, but that's fine. You're still getting the benefits of the pose. So just close your eyes and breathe deeply. Noticing how good it feels to breathe and how good it feels to relax. And slowly return to center. Bring both knees to your chest. And then lift your head off the floor. Bring your head towards your knees. From here, we're going to take our final pose. This is called Shavasana, and it's your relaxation posture. For Shavasana, usually having the feet as wide as the mat, and then just relax your toes to the side. Few things you can do. Walk your heels a little bit forward and relax. This helps to ground the lower back and the lower body. And then the shoulders, bring your shoulders under one by one. Turn the palms of your hands to face up and the biceps to face up. And here, you don't want to move your head to the side to keep your head neutral. If you feel lower back pain, you can place a pillow under each knee, and this is going to give a little bit of release for your lower back. Okay. And now I want you to close your eyes. We're going to stay here for a few minutes. Closing your eyes now. Breathing deeply. Inhale and exhale. Noticing your breath. Our lives happen between our first inhalation and our last exhalation. And in between, there is a series of wonderful things that happen, of challenges, all happening because we can breathe. So now I want you to feel thankful for your breath. And from now on, you're going to work with your breath to be calmer and to be happier. So inhale, and as you exhale, begin to relax your body. Inhale, exhale, relax a little deeper. Relaxing your eyes and your jaw. Relax your neck, your shoulders, arms and hands. Relax. Relax your back, the hips, legs and feet. Relax heavily on the floor. Notice your whole body completely relaxed and calm. Calm and serene. And allow for your body and mind to absorb the elements of the practice. All that positive energy into your body and mind. Then take a slow, deep inhale. Exhale one more time, nice and deep. And then begin to move your toes and your fingers. And to stretch your body, stretching your arms up and over your head, stretching your legs. And then bend your knees and roll to your side, finding a fetal position on your side. Push your hands down on the floor and take a seat. Sitting upright, with your legs crossed. Now, for just a couple of minutes, take your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your lower belly. Close your eyes. Feel your body breathing. Feel with your hands. Feel your heartbeat. Feel life running through you, around you. Just hold this space. Any time that your mind wanders, bring your attention back to your breath with gentleness, with love and kindness towards yourself. Take one more deep breath in. A deep breath out. Bring the palms of your hands together. Inhale. As you exhale, gently bow your head down to your hands and down to your heart. The light within me recognizes and salutes the light within you. Namaste. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you have any questions. You can write your questions. I will be happy to respond. Can be here, or if you want to ask me any questions later, you can ask me through direct messaging on Instagram. Okay, so have a nice, obrigada. Very good, yes, obrigada is thank you in Portuguese. Obrigada. Thank you so much for joining. I'm teaching Zoom classes every Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. So if you're interested, let me know. Right, Amy, I will see you then. So just let me know. Okay, thank you very much. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.